Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now, your number one source for tips, tricks, and everything you need to know for Fantasy Premier League football. Today, we're going to be going over some of the best transfer targets for Game Week 12, who you should be bringing in, or who you should be thinking about bringing in. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 30 likes. Leave a comment who have you got your eyes on over the international break. Subscribe if you're brand new. We're so close to 700 subscribers. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video. So, starting things off, one of the best in-form midfielders at the moment is Gallagher. The Crystal Palace midfielder cannot stop scoring, and he's only 5.8 million. The best thing about his price range is that he's so easily obtainable. Like, you can downgrade from Mount, who's kind of injured at the moment. You could downgrade from a Havertz. You could maybe upgrade from an Mbumo. Like, his price being at 5.8 is so nice because he's just so cheap and he just keeps scoring goals. His XG is 2.7 and he's got expected assists of 2.1. He's scored 4 goals this season so far and he's assisted 2. And he's owned by nearly 15% of teams. Now, you could also opt for Zaha, who is on penalties. I do believe he's still 6.9 mil. But, I mean, you're saving 1.1, which could easily maybe upgrade like a, I don't know, a Semedo into a Reece James or something like that. Plus, Gallagher is the go-to man at the moment. He just keeps scoring goals. I mean, he's not even getting lucky either. He's just getting into positions. He's having a lot of shots, hence why his XG is 2.7. So, a player that's only 5.8 mil, XG of 2.7, can't stop scoring, gets a couple of assists as well. You know, I mean, he is definitely someone you should have your eyes on if you don't really know what to do with your midfield over the international break. They've got some really nice fixtures coming up as well. Burnley away, I mean, I could easily see Gallagher scoring in that game. Villa at home is going to be an interesting one now because Stevie G is now confirmed to be the new Villa manager, replacing Dean Smith. And I think Gerrard is definitely going to tighten up that Villa defence, who've just been leaking in goals this season. Villa have been very poor, but we all saw how well that Steven Gerrard did at Rangers, and he completely just turned the team around, won the title and everything like that. So yeah, I think Villa have done a very good job of bringing in Stevie G, and it'll be awesome to see him managing in the Prem. Also, I think Liverpool take on Aston Villa in like a month or something, so that'll be an interesting game. But yeah, Villa is going to be an interesting one. We'll see what happens. Luckily, that's not the next game that Gallagher's got. He's got Burnley away, so you don't have to think about Villa until game week 13. Then game week 14 is Leeds away. Leeds, another team that just keep leaking in goals this season. Not playing very well at the back at all. Rafinha is digging them out of that hole every game, which is great if you own him. But yeah, Leeds, I think he could easily score in that game as well. United away is obviously a tough fixture. It's at Old Trafford, but I mean, we've all seen how bad United are at the back as well. Varane's out for like a month or something, so I don't know if he's going to be back for this game, but if he's not, then that's obviously great. But yeah, I mean, Conor Gallagher's got some really nice fixtures, and Everton at home, you know, Everton have also been very poor this season. So I would definitely think about bringing Gallagher in if you're not really too sure what transfer to make this week, but you want to bring in someone new, you want to sort out your midfield a little bit. Gallagher is a very good option, and I definitely think you should be taking a look at him if you don't know what to do with your team. Coming up next, we have Harry Kane, the Hurricane. Do you bring Kane in? Personally, I think that he is going to start scoring now. They've had some tough fixtures. He's not really been finding his form. He did score a hat-trick in the Conference League, let's not forget that. But now the new man has come in. Conte, hopefully going to be sorting this team out completely, and their run of fixtures is so good. In game week 12, they've got Leeds at home, which again, I've just spoken about how bad they've been at the back. Then they've got Burnley away. You know, Burnley, again, not too good at the back this season. They have just beat Brentford, and then who did they beat last week as well, or did they draw? I can't remember who they played, but yeah, they obviously beat Brentford and then they played someone else, but they've not been too bad at the moment. Oh no, they played Chelsea, didn't they? And they drew with Chelsea. So yeah, Burnley have actually been playing pretty well lately, to be fair, but I just think that they are still kind of leaky at the back, and I'm pretty sure that Kane will be able to capitalize on that. Then they've got Brentford at home. Brentford been very bad at the back lately, which we weren't expecting at all, because when they had Raya in goal and everyone, they were just solid defensively, but yeah, they have been letting in a lot of goals lately. Then Norwich at home. I mean, he's easily a captain option that week. I think Salah has Wolves away that game week, so would you opt to go with Kane at home to Norwich instead? Farke has left the job by game week 15. We probably will be seeing a new manager. I think Lampard is actually someone that they're trying to get in, which would be mad to see Lampard and Gerrard in the Prem, both managing teams. That'd be so cool. And then Brighton away. So as you can see, 5 really nice fixtures. He has not been in form this year. We all know this. 2.1 XG, 1.8 expected assists. He's only scored 1 goal this season, assisted 1 as well. He's owned by 7.5% of teams. But I know a lot of people are trying to get rid of Vardy this week. They do have Chelsea at home, Leicester do next, so I can understand why people are trying to get Vardy out of their team. He's not really been returning at all. Vardy has some nice fixtures after the Chelsea game, which is why I'm keeping him. But if you do want to get rid of him and you have the extra funds, like maybe you downgrade a Mount to Gallagher, and then that gives you a few more pennies in the bank to allow you to upgrade Vardy to Kane, which again has a really nice fixture run. And I mean, he's captainable in all of these games. I know it's very risky not captaining Salah because of his just how everybody is captaining Salah, so it is risky going against that. But I mean, look at all these fixtures in a row as well. Like, Tottenham are going to have a lot of returns hopefully over the next fixtures. Really good manager coming in. Kane will hopefully find his form. We'll see what happens. Up next though, if you don't want to get Kane, Son is also a good option, and in my opinion the better option. He is a midfielder though, so obviously he's not going to be sorting that Jamie Vardy problem out. But if you do have Havertz or Mount or someone who got a lot of money in the bank, I think Son is definitely the best Spurs option to bring in under Conte. He's got an XG of 3.1, so that's already higher than Kane's by a whole 1. And then his expected assists are only 1.2, which is also good. It means he's having more shots, he's taking more chances, you know, which is nice, because if Son scores, he gets an extra point from every goal. He also gets an extra point if they keep a clean sheet, which hopefully they will do under Conte. So right there, you're getting like a couple more points every game than Kane if Kane doesn't score. He's already scored 4 goals this season so far. He's assisted 1. He's owned by nearly 20% of teams. We've also been over the fixtures already. Leeds at home, Burnley away, Brentford at home, Norwich at home, Brighton away. Son has just been the most dangerous Spurs player this season, and also it looks like Conte is going to be playing him up front with Kane now, so he's getting more forward. You know, Kane I still think is going to drop back and just keep playing Son through, which is exactly what you want. So Kane might get a few more assists, which is why his expected assists are higher than Son's. But yeah, if Son just keeps running onto those balls, then that would be absolutely fantastic. The thing about Conte as well is also playing the wing backs so high who are getting crosses into the box, and Son can still score a header, you know, or he can score a volley or whatever. Like, Son is going to be in the right place at the right time for all of these attacking balls coming into the box. So I think Son personally is the better option. He's cheaper. He's not on penalties. That's the only problem. Kane is on pens. So again, if you want to spend a little bit more money on Kane and have that penalty, I mean, have they even got a penalty this season? I don't think they have. Not many teams have got penalties this season, so I don't think it's going to be worth it really paying the extra like 1.9 mil to bring in Kane over Son, where I think Son is again much more dangerous this season. So personally, I would bring Son in instead. I have brought Son in, as you saw from my game week 12 team selection video yesterday, if you did watch that. So yeah, hopefully Son does reward me bringing him in over Kane, but I think they're both really good options. I think Spurs are going to play really well under Conte, and they've got the fixtures to get a lot of returns as well. Coming up next, Reece James. I mean, this guy is ridiculous at the moment. Everybody wants him. Everybody who already got him is just bathing in the points that he's giving everyone. He's a defender, obviously. He's a wing back, 5.9 mil. He's probably going to go up to 6 mil over the international break. But yeah, he's just ridiculous at the moment. Probably the best right back in the Prem this season. Then again, you got Trent as well, who's also popping off. It's a nice headache for Southgate to have Reece James and Trent both at right back or right wing back, who are both playing out of their skin this season. Like, who do you play? Like, it's such a tough decision. They're both ridiculously good players this season. But anyway, let's go into the stats. So Reece James has an XG of 0.9, which is actually kind of mad to say that he scored 4 goals. So he's not actually having that many shots, but when he is shooting, it's just finding the back of the net. He's also got an expected assist of 2.0. I mean, he is creating a lot of chances. In that Burnley game, he created so many chances, which is why he got the 3 bonus. But yeah, he could have easily had like 3 or 4 assists that game. Thiago Silva hit the post. Havertz missed from like 4 yards out. I think James assisted that. James did assist the original Havertz goal. But yeah, he's got 3 assists so far this season, but it could have been a lot more. 21.2% of teams own him. I don't know if you bring him in if you own a Chilwell or a Rudiger. Like, I wouldn't get to the point where I would take a hit to bring Reece James in if you already have Rudiger or Chilwell, because Chilwell is guaranteed to play every single game. Rudiger's guaranteed to play every single game. Reece James isn't. The only reason that Chilwell is because Alonso's out. Rudiger's the best centre-back that Chelsea have. In my opinion anyway. I know Thiago Silva's right there, but he is getting on a bit. You know, he's aging a little bit. Rudiger is just a machine. He just doesn't stop. But whereas Reece James could get played But Azpilicueta can also play there as well. Now, Azpi can also go into centre-back, but over the Christmas period, will Reece James still play every single game, which obviously is coming up very soon. So I don't know if you would take a hit to bring Reece James in. I think if you have Chilwell and Rudiger, that's okay. I think James will outscore them both over the next few weeks, but would you take a hit to bring that in? It's completely your call. But they've got some tough fixtures coming up. You know, Leicester away, United at home, Watford away, West Ham away, Leeds at home. So Leicester, will they keep a clean sheet against Leicester? I mean, I hope not, because I've got Vardy playing, but I could see it happening. United at home, I can easily see them keeping a clean sheet there at Stamford Bridge. Watford away, hopefully keep a clean sheet. Should hopefully get some attacking returns in that game as well. Watford have not kept a clean sheet all season. West Ham away is a tough one. We saw how they broke down Liverpool. That is going to be a really, really good game, by the way. I think it's going to be very cagey, maybe just a 1-0. And then Leeds at home. Again, we've seen how bad Leeds have been this season too. So I think that James is if you don't own any Chelsea defenders, then obviously bring Reece James in. But if you already own Rudiger and Chilwell, I don't know. It's a tough one. Like, they're all going to get the clean sheets, but is Reece James going to carry on scoring, carry on getting assists? Maybe. The only problem is he's not guaranteed to play every single game, whereas Rudiger and Chilwell is. That's the kind of, I don't know, man. Like, I've only got Rudiger at the moment. If I didn't have any, like I said, I would bring Reece James in a heartbeat. But at the moment, I'm kind of happy with Rudiger unless certain things happen. Finishing things off, though, we have another defender, another Spurs player. We've got Reguilon. So Reguilon's not had the greatest season, obviously, so far. I mean, Tottenham as a whole haven't. He is only 5 mil. He's got not the best stats to warrant bringing him in. His XG is 0.4, expected assists is 0.9. He's not scored a goal this season. He's got 2 assists though, and he's got an ownership of 9.7%. So the reason that I would bring in Reguilon is just simply because Conte makes his fullbacks bomb forward. Like, I don't know if you saw the game against Everton, but Reguilon was getting so forward, creating chances, crossing the ball in, having shots as well. And I think against easier opposition like the Leeds, Burnley, Brentford, Norwich, Brighton, he will get a lot more chances and he will score a couple goals, maybe get some assists, stuff like that. Both of the fullbacks, like I say, are getting so far forward. The only problem with Conte's wingbacks is because he pushes them so hard, he usually takes them off around like the 65th, 70th minute. So that's really nice if you got your clean sheet because it locks that in. But it's bad if you haven't got the clean sheet, because then you're probably only going to get 2 points and they're not going to play the full 90. So yeah, Reguilon I don't exactly think is a gamble. I think he's a good option. I think they will keep clean sheets. I think he will get returns over the next few. But yeah, if you don't want to bring in any Spurs attackers, but you need to, I don't know, take out the likes of Semedo or any other defenders that just aren't really giving you any points at the moment, I'd go with Reguilon. He's 5 mil. He's not the most expensive player, and I think he's a really, really good option. But that is going to be everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 35 likes. Leave a comment. Who are you bringing in over the international break? Subscribe if you're brand new. We're so close to 700 subs. That's everything from me, though. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.